Hey everyone, Scott Cunningham, aka Scottsy Business. Today we're going to be talking about my May social media earnings report and social media metrics report. So we're going to dive in first to the social media report. If you'd like to just look at the earnings, you can skip a little bit further through the video. So I'm going to share my screen here. Last month was a really great month for me. May performed really well. If you're curious as to why I'm sharing this with you guys, I do this every month to give people some insight as to how I'm performing on blockchain social media platforms, how good each platform is performing and how well I'm growing and they are growing, as well as how much are you able to earn on each platform, and as well as complete transparency with what I earn. And that can give you guys some insight and help you guys make decisions as to what platforms you might want to use and where you want to dedicate your time and money. So right off the bat, I've seen huge increases across the board. Part of it is because I had some issues tracking Hive previously. I've seen phenomenal growth on LBRY, as well as on the next report, just be aware that there might be another jump because PublishOX is going to, at behest of my request, luckily, they're going to be adding comments and total views for each month. Now, I've been tracking the views as impressions, but I haven't been able to track the comments or even the likes. So if they can get any of that information out, I will begin including that going forward, and that'll give you a much better idea of how I'm performing. I'm also not able to track LBRY comments because there's just no super effective way to do so now. But if they do introduce something like that, I will also let you guys know. But for now, in terms of what is easily trackable, for the most part, I've been tracking everything manually. So this is what I have for last month. We saw a lot of gains across the board, specifically with engagements. Now, platform specific wise, I don't include the actual percentage gains in here because there's not enough room, but I saw a bit of an uptick on Twitter, regular growth on YouTube. I've been doing better, but it's still slow. It's regular YouTube. Steem and Hive have been, pretty similar. Gab and LinkedIn haven't really done a lot. I've slowly been, growing on BitChute and BitTube. I don't really include my BitTube stuff here because it's pretty small, but maybe I will in the future. I've been growing pretty steadily on Float. I'm getting a lot more engagement there, so I might start to include engagements soon. Uptrennd has been doing okay. The problem with Uptrennd lately, though, is there's a lot of comment spam. So some of the comment metrics may be inflated a little bit, but I do get a lot of comments on LBRY which aren't being tracked. So, to be fair, that might just balance itself out. PublishOX, I saw a huge gain in impressions and in followers. Like I said earlier, once they start including votes and comments and everything, I will have a very comprehensive idea of how well I've been performing there. But I do regularly get featured on the homepage, and a lot of my stuff performs really well there. So that's really great to see. Minds has been performing a little bit better. My subscriber count was very stagnant for a while, but now it's starting to go back up. I'm starting to see more impressions. They're paying out more money to Minds Pro users. So, Minds is definitely trying hard to make their way back, but, there's still some ways to go because, it's still very challenging to actually monetize and earn anything if you're not on the pro programs, which you do have to pay for. LBRY is by far the biggest change. I've almost doubled my subscriber count in the last month alone. And in terms of videos as well, it's gone way up. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of support that I've gotten here. It's about 5 times the amount that I have on YouTube. And now this is almost at 12,000 just 7 days later. So it's pretty amazing what you can do on social blockchain platforms and how much you can earn. When we get to the earnings, I'm sure you guys are going to be very impressed and surprised. I'm up about 200 and something %. So it's very encouraging. Though sadly, LBRY has just halved their rewards. Mind you, it was for sustainability while they're setting up ad monetization for creators. and they will ideally have that rolled out before the rewards dry up, because realistically, because they're not inflating it and they're not printing more or creating more or mining more, because of that, it's not sustainable to just indefinitely give out rewards. So they've halved it to deal with the amount of growth that they're getting, which is a good thing. It means they're growing so rapidly, and that they had to give out less money. But it's not like this is going to be a concern, because again, they're finding so many ways to give you more money, and even at half, you're still probably making more than double of what you might be getting on other platforms. Because that, like during May, LBRY made up over 65% of my income. It might even be higher. I think it was actually closer to 70, but I'm going to say 65 just so I'm not wrong. But we'll get to it later, and I'll confirm. But I'm still going, strong with these podcasts. You can follow those. I'm not really going to be tracking these very heavily because there isn't much of a follower base yet. But if you guys would like to follow along with these, that'd be awesome. If you know of any good decentralized or crypto monetized podcast platforms, let me know in the comments, because I'm very keen on trying to find a solution to that, because it's been very hard to do so. So in terms of achievements, I'm very happy to report that actually now I am in the top 30 accounts. As of today, I've gotten into the top 30 accounts on LBRY. Super humbling to be here. And, it's only because of you guys following along. And, you guys have also been really helping me by supporting How To LBRY. That's been amazing. I don't include any of those stats on here, but everyone following along with How To LBRY and all the feedback and support has been amazing. That is almost at 3,000 followers. It's all about LBRY tutorials. So if you want to learn more about that, you can go and follow that on LBRY and PublishOX. Everything else has been, pretty consistent. I did some more interviews, talked with some more creators, a lot of the same stuff. I'm going to be releasing my next comprehensive review very soon, so that's going to be interesting. I was quoted in a Cointelegraph article about Hive, so that was pretty cool. And, I've been featured in a few podcasts and articles over the past month as well. That's all been really awesome. Thank you, everyone who has featured me in your podcast or written about me. A lot of people were writing about their favorite creator on PublishOX, and they included me as their favorite creator. And I believe it was 30 out of 340 submissions chose me as their favorite creator. And that is very, very humbling. And thank you so much to all those people who did. So awesome. In terms of interviews, you can see the actual people that I've been interviewing and links to them here. Creator Corner is the people who I've been doing creator chats with. The most recent was Naomi Brockwell, who is amazing, by the way. Definitely check out and support her channel. We had a great talk about dApps. These are the different companies that I've worked with. A lot of this stuff has stayed the same. Here I talk a little bit about LBRY, Steem, and Hive. You've got different stuff on high performing trending videos for, regularly trending every day on LBRY, and showing my channel trending here. Just some more stats on LBRY. I've filled out a lot more with LBRY because of the insane amount of growth that I've had. So just kind of highlighting why and sharing some of this information to give you guys more of an idea. Talking about mines. How I regularly trend. Mines gives you the top articles and how well you did now. So that's really useful to include. I'm just trying to give you guys the most comprehensive view of everything that I'm doing that I can. This is just touching on what I just mentioned about PublishOX. Again, thank you to everyone who was a part of that. This just briefly mentions some of my average stats with Uptrennd and PublishOX. Again, here's a snapshot of some of my recent posts. You can see a lot of them get quite a bit of views, so that is really, really great to see. Thank you, everyone, for your support there. A lot of this other stuff hasn't changed very much. The main thing that I'm sure a lot of you are really interested on learning about is how much did I earn in May? Well, quite a bit, actually. Last month, I earned $686 Canadian, and this month I was able to earn $1,803.33 Canadian. That was $1,306.76 US, and that is $1,115.45 more in Canadian than last month, at an increase of about 263%. That is phenomenal. Though, again, as I mentioned, as you can see here, $996.27 US came from LBRY, meaning that given that they're going to be having their rewards going forward, a huge chunk of this is going to be taken out by LBRY. It definitely makes up the majority of my earnings, but the price it went down and it has since basically recovered to almost this amount. Getting $25,000 for 1 month is pretty amazing, but it's not going to be sustainable. Again, previously I was getting 1 to 4 LBC per view. Now with the halved rewards, I'm getting 0.5 to 2. Still really, really great, but naturally, this is going to be significantly lower this month. But I still expect that the price, the value of LBC is going to continue to rise. And I don't think that this is going to be a very, very hard hit. I mean, I think I may end up making less next month, or rather this month, compared to May. But as the price continues to rise, I think it will offset and it'll kind of make up for the difference. And then once they get ad monetization, I'm sure we'll see a lot more money being made on LBRY. So I'm not concerned about that. I still think I am on set to my goal of potentially being able to quit my job and be financially free by the end of the year. Not that I would, but I love having that option. So I think we're still on track for that by the end of the year if we continually see increases, because these increases in pay aren't just coming from LBRY. I've definitely been earning more on Hive. It's sort of the flip side of Steem, which has been earning less because DTube doesn't have that support, and many reasons. A lot of people are leaving Steem because of everything going on, and Hive is kind of taking all that from them. And Hive has been going up in price as well. So, there's a lot of benefit to be had there. If you're curious about why the prices are listed as what they're listed as, I was using the prices based on June 1st, because that's what makes the most sense in terms of tracking my earnings, not just the day that I posted it. So this is all based on that day. So if I decided to sell everything right as I got it on that day, this is what I could have sold for. Though I usually don't. I keep most of my LBRY to reinvest it in the platform. Most of my other crypto, I do actually just sell and usually take it in ETH. But that is how I typically go about it. And I usually consolidate all that with just like any swap exchange, typically Simple Swap. Though I'm not a huge fan of them because of their awful affiliate and loyalty program. Anyways, though, that's essentially everything. I'm still on track for a lot of my earnings goals, and I hope this gives you a good idea of what I did last month and what maybe you could do as well with the same information, the same platforms. You might be able to earn a pretty good amount as well. And if you did, be sure to share that below. I know a lot of people have been talking about Hive and earning a lot more on Hive, so I'd love to see that from you guys. Hey everyone, so I'm making a quick edit to the video. As I'm editing it now, I'm realizing this slide here was wrong. So I also went back and I made these totals more obvious for you guys to see, just so you can sort of see how that adds up. But then for this one, I'm just coming back to reshare this with you guys so you can see how everything adds up. These values weren't updated previously, and neither were these. This is a much more accurate representation of the breakdown of my earnings for May, with LBRY LBC being about 71% and PublishOX being about 6%. Everything else is basically the same as it was before, so I just wanted to make sure that was correct. But yeah, still ending up with $1,306.76 US dollars worth of crypto for the month of May, being the by far the highest earning month so far. Anyways, that is everything for today. If there's anything that you would like me to include going forward in these reports that you're not seeing, let me know and I'll be sure to include that. If you're curious on the money that I'm making with crypto and stocks for dividends and investing, I do videos on that every 2 weeks, updating you on my portfolio. So stay tuned for that. I will continue to put out these monthly reports every single month. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video to the very end. Since you did, make sure to give it a like and comment #1ham in the comments below, so that way I know that you watched the whole video. Also, please subscribe to this channel and feel free to follow me anywhere under @ScottCBusiness. I'm basically on every platform. You can also share this with someone else who might gain value from it, and that would be very helpful and impactful to helping my channel grow as well. If you'd like to support me more directly, you can also donate to scottcbusiness.eth or scottcbusiness.crypto listed below. Thank you so much for your support and for watching this video. I'm Scott Cunningham, aka ScottCBusiness, signing off. Cheers.